Hey everyone, it's your two favorite Esties, Inez
and Candace.
Welcome back to Waxxx Facts. Today we're going to be talking about Satin Smooth Tourmaline hard wax. This is their higher end hard wax and we're going to give it a try, see how it works.
Very excited. Let's get started.
Alrighty, so I already prepared our model. I asked her a couple of questions pre-hand before we got started. She normally waxes, but she did shave the lines, her bikini line. So we're really gonna see how this wax works with hair that is freshly shaven and hair that has grown out due to waxing. So let's go ahead and get started. Just so you know, you guys, this wax is a really low temperature wax. I kind of played with it a little bit, just to really make sure that when you're using it, it's nice and thick. And it has a nice little center in the middle. Love the color, kind of cool. It's almost like a silver, really nice silver color. Go ahead. Oh, and just so you know, Satin Smooth does have pre and post wax care. You definitely, if you're going to be interested in it, you want to use their post and pre wax care. You want to do it all together. Dries really quickly. Oh, little break. Not too bad. It obviously might have been a little bit too thin, but did pick up some hair there. Let's do another piece. Smells nice too. Has a nice little scent. I'm applying it a little thicker, hoping, let's see, it doesn't break or crack. It's already dry, which I love, which is probably like a speed. Yeah, that definitely took off some hair. Did much better. There is still some hair left over in the area where she did shave. That could be, you know how that is after someone shaves. Hair gets a little crazy. See if I go back in the opposite direction, pick it up. She's not super red. Again, it's super quick drying, really nice. Picked up some of it, but she only shaved about a week ago, so.
Is the wax very pliable, or does it seem to break every time?
No, it is pliable. You definitely have to make sure this is a thick applying wax. If it's too thin, it's going to break. Dries quickly. Look, it already, as soon as I pulled it out, dried. You're gonna have to play with the temperature depending on your wax pot. Each wax pot heats differently, so just make sure it is hard on the center, kind of creamy and smooth around the outer layers. But here we got another one pulled out. It did much better on that round. I had to turn it up just a little bit. I found it was getting a little too stringy, but did like. How's it feel?
It feels like you're putting like glue.
Oh. That's a good one.
Like putty or something.
It feels like putty. It's not as creamy.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I can definitely tell the difference in the wax. I didn't know that was.
Do you feel that the wax is stingy? Are you feeling pain or any sensitivity to it? Or does it seem like it's going away pretty quickly?
It goes away pretty quickly, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might be due to the titanium in it. Help with inflammation. Make sure we're trying. I mean, it does. It's almost like it's super pliable. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's almost like silly putty. How high pliable it is.
So this wax, if the temperature is too high, what are some things that you would experience or notice when using the wax?
I definitely tested on yourself when I tried it. It was a little too high. I could feel it, like almost like it burned me, but it didn't. But it felt like it burned. I had a little bit more stinging, a little bit longer in the area. We asked our model here what her thoughts were and what she felt it. She said it felt a little bit like silly putty going on, but the sting wasn't too long and it wasn't too much. So that's a good thing. Definitely that makes the sting, the comfort level for your client. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish her off, and then we'll just talk about wrap up and last minute and what our thoughts are on this Tourmaline wax by Satin Smooth. All right, so as you can see here, I did a half and half. I did half of her Brazilian with the wax, and I did it without doing the other half, left it alone. Reason being, I wanted to see the comparison on how red she would get, if there would be hairs left over, and so forth. So as far, she is minimal. She has a little bit of redness, pretty much the normal redness that you would get. I usually like it a little less red, but under the circumstances, we talked to our model, found out what was going on with her. This is normal. It makes sense. She's not really exfoliating, just things like that. So anyways, we asked her a couple of questions. She really did like the way it felt, and it wasn't too painful for her. So that's really a good plus for us. It did remove hair on the first try, just when the areas that she shaved, it wasn't as clean the first round. I tried it. I like a wax that I can go over it once and once only. Don't have to keep going over it multiple times. That was the only downfall with that. For what else? I think that was what we got from that point of it. Not bad.
Other things that we love is a very low temperature wax, so
yes,
you don't have to worry about a sensitive client like burning their skin or lifting their skin. We also love that.
The only thing with that though, with the sensitivity and burning their skin, making sure you're using the right wax pot. I think this particular wax in particular, you might want to use the Satin Smooth wax pot, because I had my wax pot and kind of playing with it. It was either a little bit too hot or it was a little bit too cold. So I think the Satin Smooth one would be perfect for this particular wax.
We also love that it dried immediately.
Quick.
So if you're a speed waxer, you can get several sections down and then pull them all up, so you can have a very quick service. So that's something that we love.
Yes, and it goes on thick, so just know I had a couple of issues when it was too thin. It did break. So that's something, if you're new to waxing and you're not sure on, this is a great starter wax for a high-end starter wax, because it goes on really thick and allows you to play, and it's pliable.
Okay. And then the accessibility to getting the wax. You can get this wax at any of your local esthetician or beauty supply places that carry Satin Smooth wax. They'll have this wax, and so if you're in a crunch, to be able to get it right on the spot is definitely a plus.
Absolutely. I think that gave me, really good thumbs up on it, was the accessibility, good wax, and it performed very well for, I could just, like you said, go down to the store and get it.
Okay, so how many wax pots are you giving?
I'm going to give this wax a 4 out of 5. The reason it doesn't get a 5 is due to the fact that it didn't pull out the hairs at the very beginning, and if it's not applied proper, if it's too thin, it breaks. So those are the only other things. Oh, and if you're not a speed waxer, you could have a couple of issues with that. But outside of that, I give it a 4 wax pots out of 5.
Okay, same. I thought I would hate it, but I love it much more than I do, to be honest. I give it 4 out of 5 wax pots because I love the accessibility of being able to go out and get it immediately, and I love that it's for a thicker or coarser hair texture, which we deal with more often in our salons anyway. So I love it as much as I can, and I love it. Yeah, and just know this is their higher end. This is Satin Smooth higher end wax. It's the wax beads. It's the Tourmaline. Highly recommend it. You're starting, you're into it. I'm not mad at it. Not at all. Till next time, guys. See ya.
Bye.